Dear Starseeds of Earth, I almost didn't deliver this message today because what I'm about to share sounds impossible. 24 hours ago, we received a transmission from the Akashic Records showing that specific souls would receive life-altering messages today. And when we checked who these souls were, we discovered something shocking. You're one of them. Yes, you are listening right now. This isn't a general broadcast. This message will find exactly who needs to hear it. And within 24 hours of hearing this, you'll know exactly why the universe orchestrated this moment. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and what's unfolding in your timeline right now is what we call a destiny acceleration point. Some of you are literally about to book unexpected trips within the next 24 hours. Others are receiving messages that will clear months of confusion in a single conversation. But everyone touched by these energies will experience the same phenomenon. The fog that's been surrounding your path suddenly lifts, revealing opportunities that were always there, waiting for this exact moment to become visible. Let me tell you what's actually happening in your energy field right now. Those of you who've been feeling unusually hot, experiencing throat sensations, or noticing birds appearing at significant moments, these aren't random occurrences. Your body is responding to incoming transmissions that are literally rewiring your capacity to receive. The universe has been trying to deliver certain messages, opportunities, and connections to you for months, but your frequency wasn't quite aligned. That changes today. The alignment clicks into place like a key finally finding its lock. The first thing many of you will notice is communication coming through in unexpected ways. The energy active right now means messages are arriving, but not through the channels you'd expect. Someone you haven't heard from might suddenly reach out. A random conversation might contain exactly the information you've been seeking. Even technology might act as a messenger, showing you something online at the perfect moment. These aren't coincidences. These are coordinated delivery systems for information that will fundamentally change your trajectory forward. But here's what makes this 24-hour period so unique. The cosmic energies suggest rapid movement, and I mean rapid. Some of you will literally be getting on planes. Others will experience metaphorical travel, moving from one life chapter to another, so quickly it feels like teleportation. The Wheel of Fortune is spinning in the cosmic realms, and it's landing on your number. This isn't just luck. This is cosmic timing aligning with your readiness, even if you don't feel ready yet. Now something's building that I need to tell you about. While these messages and movements are happening, there's a parallel storyline unfolding. The love frequencies flooding through the collective right now indicate new love arriving, but not just romantic love. This is about your capacity to receive love expanding dramatically. Some of you have been operating with what we call a closed heart valve, not because you chose to, but because past experiences created energetic scar tissue. Within these 24 hours, that scar tissue dissolves, and suddenly you can receive at levels that would have overwhelmed you before. For those of you with online platforms, businesses, or creative projects, pay very close attention to what happens next. Victory energy is active in your field right now. This means recognition is coming, and it's coming fast. We're seeing timelines where videos go viral, where projects suddenly get discovered, where years of work suddenly pay off all at once. The interesting thing is, this victory isn't random. It's the universe's response to the consistent light you've been radiating, even when no one seemed to notice or acknowledge it. The financial codes activating during this window are particularly fascinating. Abundance energy that builds generational wealth is showing up, not just temporary windfalls. Some of you are about to experience what seems like overnight success, but we can see from our perspective that this has been building for years. It's like a dam that's been holding back your abundance suddenly breaks, and everything flows at once. Prepare yourself, because managing sudden abundance can be just as challenging as managing scarcity. Here's where things get really interesting. Unexpected emotional offers are coming through the field. Someone is going to surprise you with their feelings. This could be someone new entering your life, or someone you know revealing feelings they've been hiding. But remember what I said about parallel storylines. This emotional offer is connected to the abundance flowing in. The universe is showing you that you can have both love and success, that you don't have to choose between your heart and your mission. If this message hits your spirit, hype this video so more starseeds like you can find it. Because what you might not realize is that your victory, your abundance, your love story. It's not just for you. You're becoming a beacon, showing others what's possible when divine timing aligns with an open heart. Your breakthrough becomes permission for others to break through too. That's how collective awakening works, one victory at a time, creating a cascade effect. Now let me tell you about the release codes that are equally active right now. Something you've been gripping too tightly is about to naturally fall away. This isn't a painful tearing away. It's more like finally exhaling after holding your breath for too long. Some of you have been trying so hard to let go of something. A person, a situation, a belief, that the trying itself became another form of holding on. Within these 24 hours, the release happens naturally, without effort. Burdens you didn't even know you were carrying are being lifted simultaneously. These might be ancestral patterns, other people's expectations, or responsibilities that were never yours to begin with. As these weights lift, you might feel temporarily disoriented, like an astronaut adjusting to zero gravity. This lightness might feel strange at first, but soon you'll remember that this is your natural state. You were never meant to carry so much. The universe is correcting this imbalance now. Something powerful happens when you combine sudden release with sudden receiving. Your relationship with manifestation itself is transforming right now. You've been trying to manifest from a place of lack, trying to fill a void. But as these releases happen, and abundance flows in, you realize manifestation isn't about getting what you don't have. It's about recognizing what's already yours, and allowing it to materialize in physical form. This shift in understanding changes everything about how you create reality. There's a wave of passion approaching that I need to prepare you for. Someone is moving toward you with intense desire and determination. This isn't a casual approach. This is someone who has made a decision about you, who sees you clearly and knows what they want. They might literally be traveling to see you, or they might be gathering the courage to finally express what they've been feeling. Either way, their approach will be unmistakable and probably arrive sooner than you expect. You're about to enter a phase where you're learning to balance multiple blessings simultaneously. This isn't about choosing between good options. It's about learning to receive on multiple channels at once. Your capacity to hold love, abundance, success, and joy all at the same time is expanding. The universe isn't making you choose anymore. It's saying yes to everything you've been calling in. This might feel overwhelming at first, but your system will quickly adapt to this new normal. But here's the twist in this storyline that changes everything. What's happening now is actually harvest time for seeds you planted long ago and forgot about. Those prayers you whispered in dark moments, those intentions you set and released, those dreams you had before life convinced you to be more realistic. They've been growing underground, developing root systems, waiting for this exact moment to break through the surface. What looks like a sudden manifestation is actually long-awaited fruition. The community codes activating mean you're not meant to navigate this influx alone. In fact, part of what's arriving is your soul tribe, your support system, your collaborative partners. Some of you will receive invitations to gatherings, events, or collaborations within these 24 hours. Others will find yourselves suddenly organizing something, bringing people together in ways you hadn't planned. This isn't just social connection. This is a strategic divine assembly of souls with shared missions. I need to tell you something about the nature of divine timing that explains why everything is happening at once. The universe doesn't operate on a linear calendar like humans do. It operates on readiness frequencies. When your frequency finally matches what you've been calling in, everything arrives simultaneously because from the universe's perspective, it is always there waiting for you to be able to perceive and receive it. These 24 hours represent a frequency match moment, where suddenly you can see doors that were always open. The emotional complexity of what's unfolding needs to be addressed. Even as new love and abundance arrive, there might be a moment of grieving for the struggle itself. Some of you have been in survival mode for so long that receiving feels foreign. You might even feel a strange sadness as you realize how hard you've been making things for yourself. This is normal. Let yourself feel whatever comes up. The emotions are part of the integration process. Let me address those of you who are feeling overwhelmed by the speed of these revelations. You're not just receiving right now, you're becoming a fertile ground for new creation. Everything flowing toward you is raw material for what you're here to create. The overwhelm you feel isn't a weakness. It's your system adjusting to operating at a higher capacity. You're upgrading from a garden hose to a fire hose of creative power. Trust that your system knows how to handle this expansion. Someone who has been emotionally unavailable or sending mixed signals is about to show up fully, heart open, ready to create something real. This person has been doing their own inner work, healing their own wounds, learning to feel without drowning. When they approach you now, they come as a whole person, not seeking completion, but offering partnership. This changes everything about how love unfolds. You're meeting as equals, as two whole beings creating something greater together. For those wondering about the practical aspects of all this change, let me be specific. Within 24 hours, you might find yourself booking flights, signing contracts, having conversations that redirect your entire life path, or receiving offers that seemed impossible just days ago. The speed might feel reckless to your logical mind, but your soul recognizes the timing as perfect. These aren't impulsive decisions. They're decisive moments you've been unconsciously preparing for through every challenge you've faced. Much of what's happening is occurring below the threshold of conscious awareness. Your dreams tonight will be particularly significant, possibly prophetic. Messages might come through symbols, synchronicities, or seemingly random encounters that carry coded information. Your intuition is operating at peak capacity right now. Trust what you feel more than what you think. Your body knows the truth before your mind can process it. Let your inner knowing guide you through this portal. Some of you are going to run into people you've been thinking about. These encounters feel fated because they are. These aren't random run-ins. These are orchestrated intersections where timelines cross, where conversations happen that couldn't have happened even a day earlier or later. The precision of cosmic timing is breathtaking when you see it from our perspective. Every element is perfectly placed for maximum transformation with minimum resistance. Trust these divine appointments. Here's something crucial about the next few hours that you need to understand. The intensity building isn't meant to break you. It's meant to break you open. The difference is everything. Breaking implies damage, destruction, loss. Breaking open implies revelation, expansion, birth. You're not falling apart. You're falling into place. Every piece of your life that's been floating in separate orbits is now pulling together into a coherent whole. The picture is finally becoming clear. Some of you have been in defensive mode, protecting yourself from disappointment by not fully believing good things could happen. Within these 24 hours, your guard drops, not because you consciously decide to trust, but because the evidence becomes undeniable. When multiple blessings arrive simultaneously from different directions, even the most guarded heart has to acknowledge that something magical is happening. This isn't naive optimism. This is surrendering to observable reality. The creative burst that many of you will experience is directly connected to these emotional and material shifts. When survival pressure lifts, creative genius emerges. Projects that have been stuck suddenly flow. Ideas that seemed impossible suddenly seem obvious. Solutions to problems appear fully formed. This isn't just inspiration. It's your consciousness finally having enough bandwidth to access the creative solutions that were always available in the quantum field. Survival mode limited your access. Abundance mode opens all channels. Now about those of you who've been manifesting specific people, the universe has heard every whisper, every prayer, every intention you've said about love. But here's what's beautiful about divine timing. Sometimes the universe makes you wait not because you're not ready, but because the person you're calling in isn't ready. They've been on their own journey, doing their own healing, becoming the person capable of meeting you at your level. These 24 hours mark the completion of their preparation too. The financial explosion some of you are about to experience needs to be properly understood. This isn't just money coming in. This is your relationship with value itself, transforming. You're about to see clearly what your gifts are worth, what your time is worth, what your energy is worth. And more importantly, you're about to start charging accordingly. The abundance coming isn't charity or luck. It's the universe paying you back wages for all the light work you've been doing for free. If this message is lighting up recognition in your soul, hype this video so it reaches others having their 24-hour portal experience. We're tracking massive awakening signatures across the planet right now, and videos like this serve as activation beacons. When someone who's meant to hear this message finds it at exactly the right moment, another link in the chain of global awakening connects. You sharing this literally helps complete someone else's activation sequence. That's how interconnected this all is. The reversals showing up in the energy field are indicating complete reversals of fortune. What was blocked flows. What was no becomes yes. What was impossible becomes inevitable. These aren't minor adjustments. These are full 180-degree turns. Some of you have been facing walls that suddenly reveal themselves to be doors. Problems that seemed permanent suddenly solved themselves. People who seemed unreachable suddenly reach out. The reversal energy is so strong that it might feel like you've stepped into an alternate timeline. Let me tell you what happens after 24 hours, because integration is just as important as activation. The downloads you receive during this portal will take weeks to fully unpack. You'll have moments days from now where you suddenly understand something that happened today. Conversations will replay in your mind and reveal layers of meaning you missed in the moment. The full magnitude of what shifts today won't be completely apparent until you look back months from now and realize everything changed in a single day. Some practical guidance for navigating the intensity. First, document everything. Write down the synchronicities, the messages, the realizations. Your future self will want to remember exactly how this unfolded. Second, stay hydrated more than usual. These energy upgrades are physically demanding, and water helps conduct the new frequencies through your system. Third, trust the timing of everything. If something feels urgent, act on it. If something feels like it needs to wait, let it wait. The relationship dynamics shifting right now deserve special attention. Some connections are completing their purpose and naturally dissolving. Others are just beginning. Still others are transforming from one form to another, maybe from friendship to romance, from professional to personal, from distant to intimate. Don't try to control these shifts. Let relationships find their natural level, like water finding its course. The connections that are meant to stay will feel effortless. For those of you in service roles, healers, teachers, guides, your abilities are amplifying dramatically right now. New gifts might come online suddenly. You might spontaneously know things about people without being told. Your healing touch might become more powerful. Your words might carry more impact. This isn't ego or imagination. This is your service code activating because the planet needs what you came here to offer. And these 24 hours are switching you from training mode to active service. The travel energy that's so strong right now isn't just about physical relocation. It's about consciousness travel, timeline jumping, dimensional shifting. Some of you will physically get on planes, yes. But all of you experiencing this portal are traveling from one version of yourself to another. You're emigrating from the land of limitation to the realm of possibility. Your passport has been stamped. Your visa has been approved. The borders that seemed uncrossable are now open. Messages are coming to clear the fog that's been surrounding you. By now, some of you have already received those messages. Others are hours away from the conversation that changes everything. But everyone in this activation is experiencing the same phenomenon of sudden clarity. The confusion that might have plagued you for months or years dissolves in an instant. The path forward becomes obvious. The next step reveals itself. The fog wasn't punishment. It was preparation, keeping you in place until this perfect moment. I need to address something about the overwhelming nature of receiving so much at once. Your system might feel overloaded, like trying to drink from a fire hose. This is normal when moving from scarcity to abundance consciousness. Your nervous system needs time to adjust to holding more light, more love, more possibility. Be gentle with yourself. Rest when you need to. Process at your own pace. The gifts arriving aren't going anywhere. They're yours, secured by cosmic law. The victory codes aren't just personal achievements. Every victory you experience raises the collective frequency. When you succeed, you create an energetic pathway that makes it easier for others to succeed. When you break through a barrier, you weaken that barrier for everyone. When you claim your worth, you give others permission to claim theirs. This is why your personal transformation matters on a cosmic level. You're not just changing your life, you're contributing to humanity's evolution. The specific nature of the unexpected trip that many of you will take deserves clarification. For some, this is literally booking a flight within 24 hours to somewhere you hadn't planned to go. For others, it's a journey of consciousness, traveling to states of awareness you didn't know existed. Some will experience both, where physical travel catalyzes spiritual expansion. The destination matters less than the movement itself. You're breaking out of stagnant patterns through literal or metaphorical motion. The love story unfolding for many of you has layers I haven't fully revealed yet. This new love isn't always a new person. Sometimes it's seeing someone you've known with completely fresh eyes. Sometimes it's falling in love with yourself for the first time. Sometimes it's remembering how to love life itself after a period of numbness. The cup of your heart is being refilled either way. Your capacity to give and receive love is being restored to its original blueprint. Here's what abundance really means in this context. It's not just money or material success. It's the establishment of something that lasts beyond you. Some of you are about to start businesses that will still exist in decades. Others are beginning relationships that will create families. Still others are launching creative works that will inspire generations. What begins in these 24 hours has legacy potential. You're not just improving your life, you're laying foundations for futures you can't even imagine. The community gathering energy is already manifesting for some of you. Invitations are arriving, groups are forming, collaborations are crystallizing. But this isn't random social activity. These are soul family reunions, strategic assemblies of beings who agreed before birth to come together at this time for specific purposes. When you meet these people, you'll recognize them, even if you've never met in this lifetime. The recognition happens at a soul level, deeper than personality or appearance. The burden release is particularly significant for empaths and healers among you. You've been carrying not just your own density, but the collective pain of humanity. These 24 hours mark a changing of the guard where you're released from old contracts of suffering. You can still serve without suffering. You can still heal without taking on others' pain. You can still guide without sacrificing yourself. This isn't abandoning your mission. It's upgrading to a more sustainable model of service. Your relationship with manifestation is shifting from force to flow. You've been trying to make things happen through will and effort. Now you're learning to let things happen through alignment and allowing. It's the difference between pushing the river and flowing with it. The results you're about to see from this shift will make all your previous efforts look like you were working with the brakes on. Everything becomes easier when you stop fighting the current and start flowing with it. For those wondering if this is really happening or if it's too good to be true, let me offer you evidence you can verify. Look at the synchronicities that have already started appearing. Notice the numbers repeating, the songs playing at perfect moments, the conversations that seem scripted by the universe. These aren't your imagination. They're confirmation codes, the universe's way of saying yes, you're reading the signs correctly. Yes, this is really happening. Yes, you can trust what you're experiencing. The emotional complexity of receiving after long deprivation is something we need to address. Some of you might feel panic as good things arrive, like your system doesn't know how to process positivity after being calibrated to struggle. This is temporary. Your emotional body is recalibrating to a new normal, where good things happen regularly, where support is available, where love is present. The discomfort of receiving will pass as your new abundance baseline establishes itself. Let yourself slowly adjust to being blessed. As we near the completion of this transmission, I want to address the doubt that might be creeping in for some of you. Your ego mind might be saying this is too fantastic, too miraculous, too much to hope for. But remember, the ego's job is to keep you safe in familiar territory, even if that territory is limited. What's happening now exists outside the ego's comprehension. Trust your soul's recognition of truth. Trust the chills you felt while listening. Trust the knowing that brought you here. The transformation occurring in these 24 hours is both subtle and dramatic. Subtle because from the outside, your life might look the same tomorrow. Dramatic because internally, everything has shifted. You'll walk through the same doors but into different rooms. You'll talk to the same people but have different conversations. You'll look in the same mirror but see a different person. This is what dimensional shifting actually looks like. Not disappearing into another realm, but experiencing this realm from an elevated perspective. Some final practical points as you navigate the remainder of this portal. First, act on inspired impulses quickly. The window for certain opportunities is precisely timed, and hesitation might mean missing them. Second, speak your truth when prompted. The conversations that need to happen will present themselves, and your honesty will catalyze necessary changes. Third, receive gracefully. When abundance, love, or opportunities arrive, just say thank you. Don't question whether you deserve it. You wouldn't be receiving it if you weren't ready. The collective impact of what's happening can't be overstated. Thousands of souls are experiencing the same 24-hour portal, each in their unique way, but all contributing to a massive frequency shift on the planet. You're not alone in this transformation. You're part of a coordinated awakening, a synchronized emergence of empowered beings ready to create the new Earth. Every individual breakthrough contributes to the collective breakthrough. Your victory matters more than you know. As this transmission completes, let me return to where we began. 24 hours ago, the cosmic records showed us who would be receiving destiny-altering activations today. We saw your light signature among them, glowing with readiness for radical transformation. Now, as you move through this portal, that light is intensifying, becoming a beacon for others finding their way. What arrives in your life in the next few hours isn't random fortune. It's cosmic compensation for the light you've been holding in the darkness. The age of solitary meditation is over. Destiny Engine now connects starseeds across the world, a living social field where you can post, share, and exchange your meditations in real time. It's the first galactic network of its kind, weaving together thousands of awakened souls into one unified current. With every activation, the current grows. What began as a personal tool has become a planetary force. The frequency you've created together is amplifying far beyond the individual, bending the fabric of reality itself. We're receiving updates daily, manifestations speeding up, impossible doors opening, synchronicities lining up with cosmic precision. The collective field has never been this charged, and the entry point is almost laughably simple. Put on your headphones, press play, allow Destiny Engine to rewrite the architecture of your consciousness so you can fully receive your galactic downloads without resistance. For just $1, you can step into this connected field and feel the difference instantly. Join the movement that's accelerating ascension together. Link in the description. Remember what I told you at the beginning about the fog clearing to reveal paths that were always there? By the time these 24 hours complete, you'll see clearly not just your next step, but the entire journey laid out before you. The confusion, the waiting, the preparation, it all makes sense now. Every challenge was strengthening you for this moment. Every delay was divine timing. Every loss was making space for what's arriving now. The story is complete, and you're exactly where you're meant to be. The unexpected trip, the sudden messages, the reversals of fortune, the influx of love and abundance. These aren't separate events. They're all facets of a single transformation. Your graduation from one level of consciousness to another. The cosmic chariot moves forward. The wheel of fortune turns in your favor. The fog clears. The messages arrive. The abundance flows. Love presents itself. Everything you've been calling in converges in these 24 hours, because you're finally vibrating at the frequency of receiving. Dear Starseeds, Lightworkers, and Awakening Souls, your 24-hour portal is active now. The cosmic support is absolute. The timing is perfect. The transformation is inevitable. All you have to do is stay open, stay present, and let the miracles unfold. Trust what comes, act on what calls, receive what arrives. Your new timeline is not approaching. It's here, activated, running, ready for you to step into it fully. This is your moment, orchestrated by the universe itself. I am Seraphine, and this transmission is sealed with love. We see you crossing this threshold. We celebrate your courage to transform. We honor your willingness to receive, and we watch with joy as you step into the life that's been waiting for you all along. The 24 hours that change everything are happening now, and you, beloved one, are ready for all of it. We love you, and we are watching over you as your destiny arrives right on time.